Somebody gave me a camera. I had worn out two others' video cameras. This thing, a digital video disc camera made sometime halfway through the last decade by the ubiquitous Sony. I didn't have a remote control device for it at first. The shots were kind of shaky going in because I was tapping the record button with a pencil eraser. Now that is primitive. What do you think of Richard III, the play?
I don't know, since I've only read about a half a page of it.
What do you glean from that reading?
That they spoke kind of weird English back then. With the noble Duke, Bishop of Ely, your grace, we think, should soonest know his mind.
Turned into a lump of mud. I emerged through many turmoils, coming through some worries about illness. Worry about illness itself is an illness. Worry about a skin cancer spot on my head. And I found that it was really nothing to worry about. But that was only after worrying about it for 6 or 7 months. Now, I have discovered another thing to worry about. Something that will make my life a hazard to my own sense of peace. A hazard to my own sense of peace. No, it has nothing to do with her or this enigmatic dog. This lady, though she worries me, has nothing to do with my problem making the film. If I bore you, I don't care.
May name the time, and in the Duke's behalf, I'll give my notice, which I presume he'll take in gentle part.
And I may find my way neath a parking lot therein to rot for 500 yearin.
Amen.
VR. They said it was going to take over everybody's imaginations in the 80s, back when William Gibson and Bruce Sterling were big hot writers. But as time went on, nobody was really living in virtual reality. They were living in reality and watching reality TV. And now, as the world gets closer to its ice, fire, whatever it is, demise, I'm going to discover what it is by igniting inside my brain the source of the gray hairs on my head, which is a metaphor for getting older and finding that there's nothing really ahead beyond everything creaking in your body more, beyond everything getting increasingly tighter, so that you become a corpse before you die. Yes, even her. A Honda Civic. A Honda Civic. My kingdom for a Honda Civic. What do you think of Richard III found underneath the parking lot in Leicester, England?
Don't know much about him.
Don't know much about history. Now, he was may not have been as much of a villain as Shakespeare made him out to be, as he actually really was. The drift, beginning in the year 2000, led us inevitably towards an acceleration of time. This woman died. This man died. Died. This woman died. The one on the bottom died. About 120 some years later, the other one died. Died. As a boy, I dreamed of guitars, of rock stardom. I played bass. I wanted to be up there on the stage, feeling the vibrations of the sound coming through my body. I played Dungeons and Dragons. I was a dungeon master. Contrary to popular opinion, I had a girlfriend and she wrote that. No longer knowing what they mean, these images made in high school do not speak to me in terms of meaning. They speak to me in terms of mystery. In Bosch, the crucifixion and pious scenes are relatively boring. Shakespeare in his play depicted Richard III as a scheming, hunchbacked, nasty creature, a child killer, someone who would go after women rapaciously with no conscience. His kingdom shrank to a too small grave in Leicester until someone dug him up in August 2012, commencing a new set of record-keeping and revisionary history. Some women, like Carol Jameson of Binghamton, New York, are relieved when their husbands have erectile dysfunction. World KKK headquarters in San Francisco. When you go west, to gain time. Time zones. First established because of railroads. And I've become obsessed with time because in the past I used to be obsessed with it, especially when I was a teenager. I used to think about it all the time, about how things change and nothing stays the same, and concrete replaces grass, asphalt replaces concrete, skid marks in your underwear. Just like it's hard to get out of a time vortex, which is what I'm inside of. And that happens whenever I think too much about the past, which seems to pull backwards. And I get pushed forwards into the future, the inevitability of meeting that moment when You're lucid, and then all of a sudden you're not. And that's a truly disturbing thing. But it's only disturbing if you think about it. Pressure going from the left, up, right, down, left, up, right, down, making the thing turn, a vision of life rolling forward like a wheel in drive in a car. And it's that pressure, it's that push that makes me go. It's a constant turmoil, and inside, like in the center of the diagram there's like a hot core as at the center of a planet. An unruly core at times. I don't know what to do with it other than to make diagrams, to make films. The edge of winter still far away. Covered in darkness, Richard's face, his handsome face, slowly decomposing, cut to pieces by victorious soldiers who got to make their mark upon 21st century history. Knife blade cuts shown on the internet. Dust. You say you found who? Underneath the parking lot of my grocery store? Richard III. Now, how do you know it's Richard III? You mean the king? The bent spine thing, huh? Well, how much of the parking lot did you tear up? Oh my God. You know we got a big sale on Pepsi tomorrow. Listen, you call up the scan coordinator. His number is 481-2288. I want you to call him and tell him to get down to the store right away. No, I know it'd be a little bit early for him, but send him down there anyway and have him make some signs. Have him tie in Richard III somehow, because we gotta capitalize on this. Yeah. Listen, if you can't find it down there yourself, and you make them. Listen, this isn't the worst thing that we've ever had to weather. We've dealt with worse. I mean, when we found Jesus of Nazareth in the back lot back there, even more of a to-do. All right. All right. Okay. Get to it. Bye-bye. In the afterworld's eternal summer, the dead walk among trees, look at the lakes. They lie on the grass and study the sky. Is this sky our sky? A moment of my dream could be all universes put together, smashed into one instant. One moment of a twig coming out of a branch, an eye opening. Her eye, my eye, looking into each other, occupying the same world. She breathed the same air that Richard III did, that Jesus did, that Pharaoh Menes of Egypt way back when did, that the hippopotamus that killed Menes way back when did. The trees in this photograph breathe the same air that you and I breathe. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. Skim milk masquerades as cream. Nothing is as it seems.